Hello everyone, this is Navarsha, Assistant Professor, Computer Science Department, Engineering College, Bikaner. So, in yesterday's lecture, we studied about some of the error detection mechanisms, CRC, and we studied what is polynomial and Hamming distance, Hamming codes, parity bits. So, today we'll study about checksum. Checksum is also used to detect error in internet by several protocols. For error detection by checksum, basically checksum is generally it is used at network layer. It is generally not used on the data link layer. It is used at network layer protocol. So if you remember, we studied when we studied OSI model. So we studied about data link layer and transport layer. So data link layer also performs error control mechanisms, and transport layer also performs error control mechanisms. So this checksum is basically used at the transport layer because it is used for different networks. Okay, so for error detection by checksum, data is basically divided into fixed size frames or segments. So at the sender side, the sender sends the segment using one's complement arithmetic to get the sum. It then complements the sum to get the checksum and then send it along with the data frame. So what sender is doing, sender will divide the packet, the data will be divided into frames, and then all those frames will be added together with the checksum value, which I will tell you later. So and then after adding, the sum will be complemented and will be sent to the receiver. Again the receiver will collect the all the data items and the checksum value, and the receiver adds the incoming segments along with the checksum using one's complement arithmetic to get the sum, and then again it complements it. Okay, we'll take an example. Let's suppose our data is of 4-bit numbers that we want to send to a destination. In addition to sending these numbers, we send the sum of the numbers. So let's suppose the numbers are 7, 11, 12, 0 and 6. So we will send 7, 11, 12, 0, 6 and 36, where 36 is the sum of the original numbers. So generally it is what checksum. The receiver adds the 5 numbers and compares the result with the sum. If the two are same, the receiver assumes that there is no error. If they doesn't match, then the receiver will discard the sum. Otherwise there is an error somewhere in the data, so data will not be accepted. Okay, so one thing we can do is, see here what receiver is doing. The sender will send the sum of the data items, and receiver again calculate the sum of the data items, and then it verifies it. So what we can do is, we can add the data items and then we can complement the data items. So whenever the receiver receives the frames, it has to just add the numbers, and and whenever we add a number to its complement, so the sum will be added with the complement value, and the value come out to be 0. So if the result is 0, then there is no error, and otherwise there is an error. So we'll first see what is one's complement. So first of all, we'll see how we can represent 21 in one's complement arithmetic. So here we are fixing the bits also. So here we are taking 4 bits. So if we want to represent 21 in 4 bits, how can we do this? So first of all, I will write the number 21 in binary. It is 10101. In binary, it is 10101. So it needs 5 bits, but we have to convert this to 4 bits. So if we are using ones complement arithmetic, so we have to wrap the number. So what we will do, we will write these 4 bits, last 4 bits, least significant 4 bits, 0101, and then we will add the most significant bit to this data. So plus 1 we will do. So we'll get 0110 or 6. So this 6 will be sent as a check, as a, you can say as a checksum. In one's complement arithmetic, the negative or complement of a number is found by inverting the bits. Okay, negative we can find by inverting the bits like 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. So positive 6 is 0 1 1 0. So negative 6 will be 1 0 0 1. If we consider only unsigned number, then this 1 0 0 1 is what is it is? It is 9. In other words, the complement of 6 we can say is 9, because what we are doing is we are just complementing the digits and we are getting some number 1 0 0 1. Okay, so this 1 0 0 1, if you are using only unsigned data, so you will recompute this, the decimal value of this, and it will come out to be 9. So we can say the complement of 6 is 9 here. Another way to find the complement of a number in one's complement arithmetic is we can subtract the number from 2 power n minus 1. This is 2 power n, please correct it. It is not 2 n, it is 2 power n. So 2 power n minus 1, so here 2 power, if we are taking 4 bits, so it is 2 power n is 16, so 16 minus 1. So we can if you want to calculate the complement of a number which is in decimal, so what you can do is, how many bits are there, so you can find out 2 power n minus 1, and then you can subtract the number from 2 power n minus 1. So here 6 is there, so we can subtract 15 minus, we can do 15 minus 6, so which come out to be 9. Okay, next we'll see another example. Let's suppose the frames are, these many frames are there: 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0, 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0, 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0, 1 1 0 0 0 0, and 1 1. So what we are doing is we will first of all add all the bits and we'll complement it. So the sender adds the 4 bits using one's complement arithmetic, while adding two numbers using one's complement arithmetic. If there is a carry over, so it is added to the sum. Okay, in one's complement, whenever there is a carry, so we'll add to the sum. Again, we'll add this to the sum. So after adding all the 4 frames, the center complements the sum. See, this is what we were doing in this example. We were simply taking all the numbers and we were complementing the sum. So again, here also we are adding all the numbers and then we are complementing the numbers. So after adding all the 4 frames, center complement the sum to get the checksum. So this is the value, and it send along with it send it along with the data frame. So we will see. See, this is the frame number 1, frame number 2. So when we are adding, we'll get a carry. So again, this carry will be added to 1. This is the procedure of one's complement addition. Okay, this is specifically particular, this is the method or mechanism, you can say, to implement one's complement addition. Okay, whenever there is a carry, it has to be added to this. Okay, again we are finding this, then again we are adding the this with frame 3, then again the sum, then again the sum is added to frame number 4, and again finally this is the final sum. So this sum will be again complemented. Okay, 0 to 1, 1 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 0 to 1. So this is the checksum value we are generating. So we will send all the frames with this checksum value to the receiver. Receiver will simply perform the ones complement addition of all the frames with the checksum value. So this checksum is nothing but the negative value of the sum. So when you are adding any number with its negative value, you will get a 0. So if the receiver get the value 0, that means there is no error in the transmission, and receiver will simply take the data. So this is frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4, and this is the sum of all the frames. So this sum will be added to this checksum value, and then we will get the sum as all ones, and then we will complement it. The complement has to be 0, then only the data frame is correct. If it is not 0, that means there is some bit has been changed. So this sum will not come, this complement will not come as 0 0 0 0. So that means there is some error. So like this is the procedure to detect the error in checksum using the checksum value. Okay. So the sender initializes the checksum 0 and add all the data items. So this is the same example. Okay. Okay. So okay, we can take another example. See, this is the scenario. We have 4 data items: 7, 11, 12, 0, and 6. So we will add all the numbers. So we'll see how we are doing this. So the sender initializes the checksum to 0 and add all the data items and the checksum value. So it has all the data items has been added. So initially the checksum is 0. Okay. So the sum is here 36. So what we have to do is we have to convert. Say the result is 36. However, what we have to do is we have to convert the 36 to 4-bit representation. So how we can convert? I already told you, we will wrap up the data. So we will take the extra bits at the right hand side to the left hand side part, so to the and to the least significant bits, and then we will add it. So the 36 cannot be expressed in 4 bits, so extra bits wrapped and added with the sum. Okay, so this sum will create the value 6. Okay, so this is the thing, this 36. Okay, if okay, let us see, just a minute. Okay, so the sum is here 36. So the 36 will write this 36 in binary format. So 36 is 1 0 0 1 0 0. So this is the binary representation of 36, which is what it is, 6-bit representation. So we have to convert this to 4-bit representation. So how we will convert? These bits will remain same, and this 1 0 we will take here. So 1 0 will be added. So what will be the value? It will be 0 1 1 and 0. So this value come out to be 6. Okay, so the wrapped up sum of this particular data item is 6. So again, see, this is 6. This is the wrapped up sum. Wrapped sum. So wrapped sum is calculated using binary representation. So for this wrapped up sum, again what we have to do is we have to apply the complement. So when we apply complement to this 0 1 1 0, we will get 1 0 0 and then 1. So this is nothing but the binary representation of the value 9. So the complement is 9. This is the complement, or you can say the checksum value. So this whole will be sent to the, this is yes, this is the procedure I have told you. Okay, so we will get, it is actually 1001. This is 1. Okay, so this will be sent to the receiver. Again, receiver will calculate the sum of all these and it will find 45. So what is the binary representation of 45? See, 45 in binary can be represented as 1 0 1 1 0 and 1. Okay, so what we have to do is, again we have to convert this into 4-bit format. So again this 1 0 will be taken here, this 1 0 will be taken here, and then again we will calculate the sum. So it is 1. Okay, 1 1 1. So this is what is, this is what is the decimal equivalent? This 15. So 15. Again what we have to do is we have to complement this. So again all ones are there, so what will be the complement? All zeros. 0 0 0 and 0. Okay, so this is the process. So again receiver got the 0, that means receiver has received the correct value. Okay, so this is the sender algorithm used in checksum. The message is divided into 16-bit words. You can divide it, it depends upon you. Okay, you can divide in 16-bit, 4-bit. The value of the checksum word is set to, again initially it will set to 0. All the words including the checksum are added using ones complement addition. The sum is complemented and becomes the checksum, and the checksum is sent with the data. Again at the receiver side, the message is divided into 16-bit words. All the words are added using ones complement addition. The sum is again complemented and becomes the new checksum. If the value of the checksum is 0 at the receiver side, the message is accepted, otherwise it is discarded. Okay, let's take one more example to understand how this checksum actually works. we will take the a text of 8 characters like frozen. The text needs to be divided into 2 bytes. Again, if we are dividing in 16-bit words, then 2 byte we have to divide. So what we are doing is here, it is character format. So we will take ASCII value. Okay, so ASCII value, from ASCII value we will change each byte to a 2-digit hexadecimal number. For example, F is represented as 0, FO is represented as 46. F is represented as 46 and O is represented as 6F. Remember, this is the hexadecimal value. This is ASCII value. Okay, ASCII value is given to you. Okay, ASCII value will always be given to you. So if ASCII value, it is the we have what we are doing is we are converting the ASCII value to hexadecimal number. Okay, you know how to convert to, but first of all the ASCII value, ASCII value is definitely some numeric number. So from that ASCII value you will convert it into some, first of all, binary format. Then from the binary format you will convert it into hexadecimal format. So this is the diagram of how we have performed checksum on this character, number of characters. So F O R O U Z and A N. So what we have done is, this is basically one character is 1 byte. So we have to convert, we have to divide the words into 16-bit format. That means 2 bytes. So we have divided this frozen to 2 bytes. So this is 2 byte. This is next 2 byte, next 2 byte, and next 2 byte. Then we have converted FO. We have taken the ASCII value of FO and we have converted it into its hexadecimal format. So this is 466F. So 466F is here. Again 726775. This is the hexadecimal value. So we will perform a sum of these hexadecimal values. So this is the sum. Okay, then another, we have one carry over here. So this carry will be added to the sum again, and this again the sum will be calculated, and this sum will be complemented. See again how the complement will be performed. This will be performed using one's complement operations only. So for that what you have to do is this 16-bit or hexadecimal representation. First you will convert this into binary value. Okay, then from that binary value you will convert, you will calculate the complement, or you can say the ones complement, and that ones complement will be your checksum. So this is the complement value. Okay, so again receiver will get all the frames, and this is the checksum. Okay, so again receiver will calculate the value. uh, Again this will come out, this is the sum that receiver has received. Again we will convert this sum to binary value, and then that binary value will be complemented, and this is the result. So this is 0 again, so checksum is 0 at the receiver side, so we have received the correct data item. So this is the reference, and thank you so much.